Hello, everybody. Well, the idea is to have a discussion, all right, on this table of English tenses. My idea is to work on the present tenses together. Let's have a look at the table and see how it is organized, the kind of information it includes. In the first column, you have the name of the tense. In the second, examples, an example in the affirmative, negative, and interrogative, so that you can focus on form and have a look at the auxiliaries. In the third column, we talk about use, that is, the meaning associated with that tense. And finally, we have signal words, words that typically occur together with the simple present, right? They tend to co-occur. Here you have the example. In the affirmative, the example for the simple present is he speaks. Of course, this is just to have a look at the form, okay? You see that you have an S. Why? Because it is he, third person singular, he, she, and it require an S. But if we had, for example, they, we would say they speak Italian. This is an example just to look at the form because it says nothing about the meaning. When we say simple present, we typically think about habits, all right? And that's why some of the signal words have to do with frequency adverbs. I could say, I never have lunch at home. I'm at work at midday. I could say that my son always has lunch at home. Okay, here are these words. Also facts, facts such as I live in Mar del Plata, okay, or I am married, right? Next, we have the present progressive. In terms of form, you know that you have a form of the verb to be, is, are, am, plus a verb with an ing at the end. He's speaking, he's not speaking, and an inversion for the question, is he speaking? Typically, the present progressive refers to an action taking place at the moment of speaking, right now, okay? I am talking to you now. But another important use is the one connected to the future. When we say, for example, we are leaving on Monday the 17th, okay? This is an arrangement for the future. Okay, in terms of how these two tenses relate, we have already seen the main difference between these two tenses is, for example, let's use the present difficult situation we are going through. I could tell you I live in an apartment, but we're going through difficult times, and I can tell you that now I am living in a house. How are they different? Well, if I say I am living in a house, you realize that it is something temporary, that is not the usual situation, okay? It could be that I moved with my parents so as to look after them, for example. Let's move now, let's skip these past tenses and let's move to the present perfect. The present perfect simple is, in my opinion, the most difficult tense to use because it is a tense that is in between present and past. Whenever we use the present perfect, it is because there is a very, very close connection between the past and the present. In terms of form, you know you need have or has plus the past participle or, let's say, third column. That's the way we usually refer to the past participle. Here you have some examples. We see the inversion for the question and the accompanying words. Yes, the signal words, which are very, very important. Already, all right? We have already seen these before. Ever. Why? Because you see that typically the present perfect is used when it is not something definite in the past. There is no point in time in the past as is the case in the simple past. Okay, I went to the club yesterday. You have yesterday. So if it is yesterday, it is a simple past. But what about the present perfect? Well, it is something that happened in the past, but we don't know exactly when. Or it doesn't matter, or I'm talking about my life. That's why ever, if you think of the questions, when I say, have you ever been to Paris? This means in your life, in your lifetime. Okay. Or when you say, I've been married twice, but I'm not, you don't know when exactly. Then I could tell you, okay? The first I got married when I was 20, and then, but maybe that's irrelevant. Well, here it says putting emphasis on the result. Okay, what counts is the result. That's why it is so closely connected to the present. It is sometimes an action that is still going on. When I say, I have lived in Mar del Plata for more than 20 years. Okay, it means I live here. I'm still living here. Very frequently used with an action that stopped recently. And in that case, you typically associate this use with just. We have just finished. A finished action that has an influence on the present because of this connection I told you about. For example, if I say, for example, you could ask me, oh, you look at me, you see that I'm different, and you say, what have you done to your hair? Okay, that is a finished action, but it has an influence in the present. Now you're looking at me and you see that I look awful. An action that has taken place once, never, or several times before the moment of speaking. Well, this is what I mentioned before as an unspecified point in time in the past. Well, here we have so far, till now, up to now, okay? The present perfect progressive, well, it is a combination because you have has plus been plus the verb ing. Whenever you have a progressive tense, it means you're going to emphasize duration. Okay? He has been speaking for hours. Okay? You're emphasizing duration. You were tired. You didn't want to listen to him. He has not been speaking, and the inversion for the question. This tense, very frequently you can express basically the same by using the the present perfect simple or the present perfect progressive. I could say, I have lived in Mar del Plata for 20 years, or I could say, I have been living in Mar del Plata for 20 years. And why am I using a present perfect progressive? Because you're putting emphasis on the course or duration, not the result. Okay? Imagine you say, you're talking to me, right about Mar del Plata. Oh, people here are very friendly. Or friendly? Do you think people here are friendly? Look, I have been living here for 20 years. Can you see? I'm telling you, I know people very well. An action that recently stopped or is still going on. Okay, that has recently stopped or is still going on. Like, I haven't cleaned the house all morning. Or the finished action that influences the present. Okay, this is very similar to say, oh, look, I arrive and I'm all dirty, full of mud, and you can ask me, what have you been doing? The idea is, look at yourself. You're all dirty. What have you been doing? Okay, well, these are the four present tenses I wanted to discuss in this first video. I'm planning to work on past tenses in our next video. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope this helps you understand these a little bit better.